Welcome, my name is Sarah. This is going to be an all levels flow working towards King Pigeon pose. Go ahead and grab a strap or a scarf. And you may or may not use it when we get to that pose, but just so you have it available. Come into Virasana. So sitting back at your heels. If this is okay for your body, separate your feet and sit back between your heels. If your hips don't touch the floor and your knees feel okay, then you're okay. If your knees feel pain, then you'll come to laying on your back and hug your knees to your chest for the start. If it's easy for the body and you wanted to lay back, you can also lay back. Rest your hands on your lap, either palms down or palms up. Soften your eyes closed and begin to lift your spine as tall as it can go. Bring your mind to the top of your head. Feel the top of the head. There might be a warmth or a tingling. And take your mind down the back of your skull, into your neck. Feel the part of your spine that runs down under the shoulder blades. Feel into your lower back and feel your sacrum, the diamond-shaped bone at the base of the spine, and your tailbone at the very end. And now travel your mind from your tailbone back up through the sacrum. Feel your lower back. Feel your middle back with your mind and your upper back, your neck, and your skull, and bring your mind back to the very top of your head. Now with a breath, as you inhale, move your awareness from the top of your head, down your spine, all the way to your tailbone. And as you exhale, move your awareness from your tailbone back up your spine to the top of your head. Inhale down your spine. Exhale back up the spine. Keep going. Trace the journey of your breath with your consciousness down the spine and then back up the spine. Your mind will wander away from your body. Your mind will wander away from the breath. As much as you can remember for the next however long this practice is, keep drawing your attention down the spine, back up the spine, using your breath. If you're on your back, rock up and down your spine. And if you're sitting up in Virasana, place your hands down on the floor and come to the all fours position, tabletop. Stack your wrists, elbows, shoulder joint, and then line up your knees underneath your hip joints. As you inhale, lift your chest, lift your tailbone, and as you exhale, curl the tailbone under and press the back of the heart up. Inhale, back bend cow, feel the pelvis tip forward. Exhale, forward round cat, feel your pelvis tuck under. Inhale, back bend cow, feel the rib cage sort of sinking down, front ribs in. And exhale, forward round cat. Feel the front ribs really drawing, the back of the rib cage open. Inhale, back bend cow. Feel your shoulder blades move down your back. Exhale, forward round cat. Press the floor away, spread your shoulder blades. Inhale, back bend cow. Maybe look up. Exhale, forward round cat. Relax the back of the neck. Find a neutral spine, a really long spine. And if this part feels difficult, you can lower down onto your forearms so there's less pressure on the wrists. Take your right leg straight back and lift your right heel in line with your right hip. Now, a lot of times what happens here is we start to crank the hip open, level your pelvis to the floor. Another thing that happens is we sag the back, draw your abdominals in and your front ribs in, push the floor away. Now, lift your leg a little bit higher so that you feel your glutes getting stronger, you feel your hamstring getting stronger, and your right foot could be flexed or pointed. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. If it feels good, you can lift as high as you want. Curl your knee into your chest, push the floor away, and maybe touch nose to the knee. Now you feel opposite. Your front side body is squeezing, and you have space in between your shoulder blades. Inhale, tiger tail cow. Exhale, forward rounding cat. Inhale, tiger tail cow. Exhale, forward round cat. For 5. Move as slow as you can with the breath. 4. 3. Feel the spine back bending and then feel it forward rounding. 2. Give yourself 1 more. Inhale the leg back. And exhale, set it down. Turn your fingers back towards your knees. Inhale, back bend cow, wrist stretch. Exhale, forward round cat. Give yourself 3 more wrist stretches. You can feel the inner form stretching. Turn your hands back around. Parallel wrist creases to the short end of the mat. Reach your left leg back, lift your left heel in line with your left hip. Level the pelvis to the floor, pull your belly in, push the floor away. Now lift your leg a little bit higher, lift the chest up, as high as feels okay. Foot could be pointed or flexed. Inhale, exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, kick the leg up and out. Feel your glute, hamstring get stronger. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, tiger tail cow. Exhale, forward round cat. 5. 4. Deep in the breath. 3. For 2. Give yourself 1 more. Inhale the leg back. Exhale, set it down. Bring your big toes to touch, separate your knees, sit back at the heels, walk your arms as far forward as they can go, child's pose. Bring the palms of the hands together to touch, bend your elbows, and land this prayer behind the head. Walk the elbows forward, keep sinking the hips back and down. Breathe so deep, you feel your back ribs move. Separate the hands, shoulders width apart out in front of you. Lift back up into all fours position. Curl your toes and come into downward dog pose. Bend your right knee, keeping your left leg straight, and bend your left knee, keeping your right leg straight. Work out the hips. You can swing one hip to the side, and then swing your other hip to the side. Press flat into your hands, spin the outer upper arms back, draw your front ribs in, pull your navel in tight, and soften the heels towards the floor. Step forward with your right foot, hugging your knee to the chest, pushing the floor away. Gently sink the pelvis down, stretch the chest forward, and then step up to the top of the mat. Then you can have your feet together or hips width. Line up your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand up, stretch your arms over your head. And exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. This is going to take the shoulder blades down the back and then press your shoulder blades up into your chest so you're back bending through your upper spine. Inhale, reach the arms straight up, draw your front ribs in, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Now identify your left leg and step your left leg all the way to the back of the mat and soften your knee down to the floor. You can keep your back toes either tucked or untucked, arms up, Anjaneyasana. If this is hard on your back, lift the pelvis away from the floor. If this feels okay on your spine, hug your inner thighs towards each other so you're getting a lift from the pelvic floor and squaring your hips towards the wall you're facing. Touch your palms, bend your elbows back, hug the elbows in towards your face, and lift the chest as high as feels okay. On your next inhale, slice the air with the arms, and exhale, bring your hands to the floor. Squeeze your back leg straight. And on your next inhale, float up through your right arm and twist your spine. Bend your right knee straight forward again in the center of your right heel. Squeeze the back leg as straight as it'll go. Tone your abdominals in and roll the chest open. Inhale to reach up one more time. Exhale, float your hand down, push the floor away, come into upward push-up plank. Maybe you use the knees and lower gently all the way down onto your stomach. Slide your forearms forward and come into a Sphinx pose. If this is hard on your back, walk the hands forward so it's less of an angle on your spine. If this feels fine, elbows right under your shoulders. Feet hips width distance, press into all 10 toenails so your inner thighs roll up to the ceiling. Press your pubic bone into the floor, and this is going to take some of the curve out of your low back. Pull your belly in. This is also going to help lift your spine. Broaden the shoulder blades and press the bottom tips of the shoulder blades into the front of your chest. Take an inhale. And then exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides and roll your spine down. Slide the heel of the hands back by your low ribs. Same work. Press into all 10 toenails, roll your inner thighs up. At the same time, lengthen the tailbone towards your knees. Press your navel in and up, draw the front ribs in, squeeze shoulder blades together, and press them into your chest. Take an inhale, and exhale, lower. Using your arm strength, scoop your tailbone under, lift into upward push-up plank, and press back into downward dog pose. Inhale through your nose, and sigh it out the mouth. Step your left foot really slow, push the floor away, through. Lengthen your back leg, brighten your chest towards the wall you're facing. Inhale, and exhale, step the right foot up to meet the left. Feet together or hips width. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And this time, inhale, chair pose. Hips down and arms up. So right away, put the body weight in your heels. And if your feet are apart, keep knees and feet pointing the straight same distance forward. If your shoulders feel tired, you can relax the shoulders down the back and keep the arms a little wider. This is very easy for your shoulders. Touch your palms, squeeze the elbows straight. If the shoulders are hunching, you can let them soften slightly down the back. Take an inhale. Exhale, stand up. Inhale, reach as tall as you can get. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the sides. Inhale, go up. Exhale, fold over the legs, little bend in the knees, keep the heels light. Inhale, halfway lift, full lungs. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply, identify the right leg, step the right leg all the way to the back. Bring your knee down. Left knee above your left ankle, arms come up, low lunge. Touch the palms, bend the elbows, land the hands behind the head. Squeeze your inner thighs towards each other, pull your belly in. So this is a stretching pose, but feel it also as a strengthening pose. So while you're stretching the front of your back right hip, you're also kind of squeezing the legs into each other, squeezing the pelvic floor, and pulling your abdominals in. On your next inhale, reach up. Exhale, float the hands down. Squeeze your back leg straight as it'll go. Hips square to the floor. Press into the right hand, lift the left arm up and twist your spine. You can look one spot straight ahead, or you can look up at your lifted thumb. Take both of your shoulder blades onto your back so your chest is open. Inhale, squeeze the back leg even straighter. You can even squeeze your right butt cheek a little bit. Pull your belly in, roll the chest open. One more inhale. Exhale, float your hand down to the floor. Upward push-up plank pose. Try not to scrape the foot. Hug the knee into the chest, cat spine. Just lift it off the floor. Plank pose. And lower very slowly all the way onto your stomach. So scoop the tailbone under, push the floor weight, elbows back, chest forward, all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Squeeze right and left side of the spinal muscles. Exhale, lower. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, push chest and hips up at the same time. Plank, downward facing dog pose. Deep inhale. And side out. Lift your right leg up. Find a level pelvis, so 2 hips in one line. If you want to lift your leg a little higher, use your right hamstring strength to lift the leg. Come up high onto the ball of your left foot. Hug your right knee into your chest. Cat spine, step the foot up. Take an inhale, and then exhale, step the other foot up. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. And then exhale, stand all the way up. Inhale, reach. And then as you exhale, float the hands to the heart. Okay, look one spot ahead of you. Pick up your right knee. So if one-legged balancing is tricky for you, you can stay here with your right toes on the floor, right heel to the ankle. Otherwise, knee is lifted, thigh at hip height. And now turn your thigh out using the strength of probably like your glute, your outer thigh muscles, squeezing, turning the thigh out, and then take your ankle and cross it over the top of your left knee. So this is a figure 4 tree pose. And then very gently you begin to sit the hips back and down. And this is, you know, one of the first times we're kind of stretching this outer glute area. So just listen to your body and don't push it. We'll take more advanced poses from here later. If you need more heat, stretch your arms up by your ears. And even if you need more heat, more flexibility, you can do the half chair variation. We'll be here for 3, for 2, shoulders a little bit relaxed, 1 more breath. Stand up, hands to the heart, leg comes center, set your foot down, feel the difference between your legs, and then feel free to give it a little shake. All right, other side. So maybe this side you do tree pose like this. Otherwise, pick up the left knee kind of in line with your hip joint. And then it's like a half pigeon, but not using your hands. So you're turning your thigh out and moving your ankle up. And then from here, cross your ankle over the top of the thigh, and then start to sit back and down. I don't know about you, but I just heard like both of my ankles give a little pop. Loosening up the joints. You can keep your hands at the heart. You can reach your arms up. Some of you feeling flexible, feeling strong, take this half chair figure 4 variation. 3 breaths. Even though you're sitting down, squeeze the sitting bones towards each other, deep pelvic floor muscles. 2 more breaths. Breathe into all sides of your rib cage. 1 more breath. Standing up, hands to the heart, leg comes center, set your foot down, and then you can give a little shake. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold gently. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold, bend your knees deeply, and step your left leg all the way to the back. And if you want to bring your back knee down so far you can, but otherwise keep the back leg straight and come into crescent pose, high lunge. Same thing, touch the palms, bend the elbows, hug the elbows in, lift the chest up and arch the upper back. what you might feel is a stretch in the front of your back left hip. Sink into the lunge if it's okay with the body. Press into your front heel. Press out through your back heel. Inhale, slice the arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Bend the front knee, pivot the back heel down, arms parallel to the floor. And then right away, flip your right palm and stretch up and back into reverse warrior. If you wanted to take Gomukhasana arms, you could. Half bind variation might feel nice. Take one more breath. Windmill the arms back into a warrior two and squeeze your front leg straight. You can always heel toe your back foot up. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Any variation, if you're looking for a little more abdominal strength, fly your arms into a wide V. Take a mini bend through your front knee if you're hyperextending, locking out the leg. Breathe in a calming way. Runner's lunge. Bend your front knee, bring your hands to the floor, lift the back heel. Press down into your left hand, reach your right arm up, twist your spine. Soften your left knee to the floor directly underneath your left hip socket and swing your right leg back. So you're coming into Vasisthasana, side plank, modified variation. Now, if you have an advanced practice, you can do this next one in a full Vasisthasana. If you have a sensitive wrist, try this with tented fingers or a fist. Shavasana variation. Flex the right foot up, bend your right knee behind you and start to reach back. If you can't catch your foot right now, don't worry about it. Otherwise, catch hold of the foot and gently kick back. So you feel a stretch through your right shoulder, right chest. You can feel maybe a stretch in the front of your right hip, your back bending. As you kick back, scoop your tailbone under at the same time, and this will provide a little bit of support in your bend. Same thing, if you pull your abdominals in as you puff the chest forward, it'll make your spine a little longer as it bends back. In slow motion, come into your flying variation of side plank and guide your top arm over your head, little side stretch on the way to regular plank. Inhale, plank, and exhale, lower slowly. Elbows back, chest forward, shoulder blades level, shoulders level all the way down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Take an inhale. Exhale, scoop it, lift chest and hips at the same time. Downward facing dog pose. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale. Lift your left leg up, pelvis level to the floor. Flex through your left foot, come up high onto the ball of the right foot. Hug your knee into your nose, push the floor away, cat spine, and step your foot up. Puff the chest forward, and now step your right leg up. So you're in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. If you can, bring your feet together, hips down, arms up, chair pose. Hands to the heart, lean forward and twist over to your right. Hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. If this is too tight right now, you can put your elbow in between the legs. Otherwise, hips parallel to the floor. Two knees in one line. Shoulder blades down the back, chest opens up, 3 breaths. If you're starting to feel warm, focus on the coolness of your inhale. Releasing excess heat on the exhale, 1 more breath. Inhale, chair pose in the center. Exhale, twist over now to your left. So the elbow goes on the outside of the knee, 2 knees in one line, pelvis lowering towards the floor just until hips are in line with the knees. Take really fresh breaths, almost like you would drink a glass of water on a hot day. Breathe that cool air. 2. One more breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, stand up. Inhale, stretch, toes to fingers. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deep enough. Step your right leg all the way to the back. Maybe you gotta widen your stance and come on up, crescent pose. Scissor the inner groins towards the wall you're facing. Lift your chest as high as it'll go. Bend the elbows back, maybe lean back. 3 breaths. Sinking into the lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, warrior 2. And then adjust your legs. It could be heel to heel or heel to arch. Front knee bends straight forward. Reverse. Any variation with the arms. Gomukhasana or half bind, hold on to the back of the neck. Press into the pinky toe side of the back foot, the heel of the front foot. Become as calm as you can within the burning of your thigh muscle. Slowly, warrior 2, front leg straightens. You can shorten your stance. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle. And then some of you fly your arms by your head. If you are flying the arms by the head, notice if the body is sagging and keep your body as long as possible. Really press through your back foot, draw the front ribs in, and stretch out through the arms. It doesn't matter how low you grab. You know, if it was okay to keep the chest open, touching the floor, you can do it like that, but a lot of times people will hunch over to touch the floor. It's better to lift a little higher on the leg. Take one more breath. Runner's lunge. Bend the knee, hands to the floor. Press into your right hand, lift your left arm up, revolve your spine. Soften the right knee down to the floor. Right toes go a little bit behind you like a kickstand. Flex up through your left leg. You might feel this, your left outer hip getting stronger. Bend your knee behind you and either reach towards the foot or catch hold of the foot and kick back. 5 breaths. The longer you hold the pose, the more your body will sort of relax into it. So without like pushing yourself to go deeper in the back bend, just feel your spine with your mind, like in the beginning of the practice, and sometimes just feeling the spine and relaxing, you'd be like, oh, I can go a little deeper, so you kick harder, open up the chest. Come back out into your flying modified side plank. Reach over your head, get in a little side stretch, slow motion on the way down to plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower, slow, all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale. Exhale, push the floor away, one piece. Downward facing dog pose. Inhale through your nose. And sigh it out the mouth. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, right knee to the nose. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your right tricep. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee across the body to the left. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, step your foot through. And this time, anchor into the ball mounds of the feet and just come up into your crescent pose. Inhale, lift the chest. And then as you exhale, slice the arms up. Inhale, stretch up one more time. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, front leg straight. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, triangle. And then as you exhale, bend your front knee, lift your back heel, and come into warrior three pose. So you could use the hand support on the floor or hands to the center of the chest. Revolved half moon, so pelvis is level to the floor, back leg is straight. You can have a bend in your right knee, left fingertips dip down, and the right arm goes up for 5. Creating heat in your body for 4. Kick the back wall with your heel and extend the head towards the front wall. 3. Squeeze your buns. 2. And then very slowly, hands come down, standing splits pose. You know, if you're a handstand happy person, maybe you do a couple little hops here. And when you've had enough, you'll land your left toes back. So you're back in a lunge. Heel toe your right foot over to the right. Turn the right toes out, maybe even roll to outer edge of the right foot. Lizard pose. You can keep the back heel raised, back knee raised, or lower the back knee to the floor and point your toes. Staying up on the hands or lowering down to the forearms. Now, if it's available to your body, catch hold of the inner right thigh with your right arm and then just do a gentle twist. Bend your back knee and catch hold of your foot. You can either pull your heel towards you or you can kick back and lean back, whichever one feels better. My thigh feels tight, so I'm going to pull my heel towards my seat. 5 breaths. If you have hold of your foot, gently let it go. Push into your hands, squeeze your back leg straight. And again, without scraping the foot, lift it up, come into plank pose, and inhale plank, exhale, lower slow, all the way down onto the stomach. This time, take your hands and kind of drag your spine a little longer, a little forward, reach your arms behind you. Again, click all 10 toenails into your mat, so your inner thighs are rolling up, and then lift your legs off the floor. So you can feel your hamstring getting stronger and the glutes getting stronger. Reach your arms up behind you like you have a beach ball between your hands. And then you can interlace your hands with your right thumb on the top. Squeeze shoulder blades in and stretch open the front of your chest. Use all of your back strength to lift yourself up a little higher, especially if it doesn't hurt your spine. Feel the right and left side of your spinal muscles getting stronger. Come into either cobra, or if you're in the mood for up dog, little bend in the elbows, pull the chest through the arms, find your plank pose, and hold plank for a moment, then press back, downward dog. Take a deep breath in, maybe sigh it out. Okay, inhale, left leg up, exhale, left knee to the nose, abdominal strength. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to your left tricep. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee across the body. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, step your foot through. Press into the ball mounds of feet, arms up. Crescent pose, bend the elbows back. Lift the chest, hug the elbows toward your face. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, front leg straight. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, triangle pose. Inhale, triangle. Exhale, bend the knee, hands to the floor. You could take an inhale, and then exhale, push on up, warrior three pose. Pelvis level to the floor. Squeeze your back leg as straight as it'll go. Standing knee can always have a bend in it. A little bit towards straight if it's okay with your hamstring. If you lock out the leg like that, mini bend in the knee. Revolve, turn your chest towards the left, right? And you can do this without the use of the hands on the floor, floating, or hand comes down to the floor underneath your right shoulder. 5. Squeeze your right butt cheek so your right hip is in line with the left. 4. Use your abdominals to twist. Use your back muscles to twist. For 3. Look at one spot with your eyes for your balance. For 2. One more breath. Full body pose. Slowly, hands come to the floor. Right? Deep bend in that standing knee if it's tired. If you feel good, standing splits. Some of you might do, you know, like a little handstand jump. Oh, it's fun. Okay, but when you've had enough, land the toes back. Come into lizard pose. Wiggle your right leg back. Lower the knee to the floor. You can point your left toes out, roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Press the right hand down. Take your left hand on the inner thigh and then slowly twist the spine. Maybe bend your back knee, catch the foot. Either pull your heel to your seat or kick back and lean back. 5 breaths. Shoulder blades together on the back. Gently release the grip of your foot. Moving back to strength. Squeeze your back leg straight. Push the floor away. Hug the left leg up. Plank pose. Lower slow. All the way onto your belly. Reach your arms back. Lift the legs. Lift your chest. Lift the arms. Squeeze the beach ball. Interlace your hands behind you. Left thumb on the top. Draw the shoulder blades together. Bend your knees and touch your fists to your feet. So this is all your strength. Some of you catch both feet at the same time. That doesn't happen today. Don't worry. One at a time is fine. And then if you have the space, kick back, stretch your chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift your thighs. Press your pubic bone into the floor. Pull your belly in. Draw the front ribs in. Breathe into your rib cage. And now careful the spine. Keep the heels towards your seat, hands by lower ribs. Come into King Cobra pose. Right? And maybe the feet are really far away from the head. That's okay. Just do what the spine feels okay with. If you don't feel much in your spine and you're ready to go deeper, you can walk the hands back. Okay, and then slowly make your way to all fours position and just very gentle cat-cows. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, forward round. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, forward round. Next one, inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward dog pose. Inhale, bend your knees. And exhale, step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up, arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Again, lift your spine as tall as it'll go. Inhale from the top of your head down to your tailbone. And exhale from the tailbone to the top of the head. Inhale from the top of the head to the tailbone. Exhale from tailbone to top of the head. Give yourself 3 more breaths. Okay, we're gonna do one more sequence, and this has the potential to get pretty crazy or to stay not so crazy. So the easiest variation on this next one is to take your right heel and touch your left ankle, right? So a second set of tree pose. And if you're bored of doing this, but this is what your body is ready for right now, close your eyes and look at your third eye. So that's a form of meditating, looking at the third eye, space in between your eyebrows, and then breathing up and down your spine. Otherwise, you're going to take your ankle and cross it over the top of your left thigh. Sit back, sit down, and come into your figure four chair pose. Some of you stay here, and others of you, you can put your hands down on the floor, shoulders width, bend the elbows back, lean forward, squeeze your right foot around your upper left arm bone, and lift the back leg up. Looking forward, then, and if you have open hips, sometimes you can remove the left leg and stretch it behind you. So that's our flying pigeon pose. That's an option. And then another option, if you've finished flying pigeon, is to take a twist. So you put your right elbow on the inside of the sole of your right foot, and you start to open the chest here, a balancing one-legged twist. And then some of you feeling wild, you're gonna lift your heel, plant the hands on the floor, lean forward, and then squeeze your left leg straight, and your right foot is stepping on your right upper arm bone, grasshopper. Slowly, as you're ready, you come up. Feel the difference in your body. Give it a little shake. So, a lot of times in our Western capitalistic culture, we think that the more is better, but really the best thing would be if you could stay here, closing the eyes, looking at the third eye, and breathe up and down your spine with a clear mind. The advanced poses are designed to help clear your mind if it's hard to do it in a simple pose. Okay, so let's try the other side. The advanced poses are also there if the body is ready for it, right? Sometimes if you're 20 years old and you're a professional dancer, then these poses are going to be available to you, you know, and then even if you're like me or in your mid-30s and you've been practicing a while, then the poses are available, but they're not always going to be available, so we have to understand that and know that we respect where we are in the moment. Okay, that being said, some of you, right, body is saying okay. For this now, you're going to put your hands down on the floor, bend the elbows, chaturanga, lean forward, squeeze your left toes around your upper left arm, and then right, maybe the back leg lifts up. You can stay there for a while if you like how that feels. Oh, good thing the wall's there. Otherwise, trying out the twist. So your left foot is flexed. Put your elbow on the inside of your left leg. Touch your palms together and look at one spot. Keep breathing. Those of you that feel like you're ready for grasshopper pose, have your foot really high up on the arm, bend your knee and plant your hands down. So you're standing on top of your left arm with your left foot, lean forward, and your right knee is keeping your left foot on your upper left arm. Grasshopper. And then slowly, you'll come up. Try to come up as you came in. Leg comes up, set the leg down, give it a shake. Okay, cool. Can we love ourselves regardless of what's happening externally? The inner condition, the miracle of life, where we are in the moment. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach. And exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plank. You could take a vinyasa if you like. Otherwise, skip it and go to downward dog pose. All right, I think we're warm enough Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bend your knee, roll open your hip. Some of you come up high onto the ball of the left foot. Land your right toes behind you. Lift the pelvis, stretch open the chest. Maybe even you come into the back bend. 3 breaths. Rock star pose. Push off your bottom leg 2. And then slow motion, down dog splits. Inhale. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee can go behind the right wrist. It can be outside of the wrist or even more narrow. Sometimes the pelvis is really high off the floor. If that's you, your knees feel fine, stay where you are, breathing. If you need a deeper stretch first, walk the left thigh back so your pelvis is getting lower and more level to the floor. If this hurts your knees, lay on your back and take figure 4 shape, like those chair poses we did, but reclining. Otherwise, pigeon pose, and you can lay down your body and rest. Slow down your breath. Now stay where you are if you don't want to back bend anymore. Otherwise, working towards king pigeon pose. Step 1, lean forward and bend your back knee. If this is difficult enough for your body, stay here. Tent the fingertips, shoulder blades down the back, lift the chest. Option 2, this feels okay. Reach back with your left hand, catch your left foot. If it's all right with your body, really sink the pelvis to the floor as you catch the foot. Usually when we catch the foot, the pelvis comes up, right? So you catch the foot. Those of you that this feels okay, you're gonna wiggle your foot into your elbow. Left foot into left elbow, and then lift the hand up. Reach up with the right arm. If you fall onto your right hip like that, if you have a pillow to wedge underneath you, do that. But keep your pelvis as level as you can, because that's gonna create a more even back bend in the low spine. So right arm comes up and then shake hands behind your head. Keep your elbows in. Well, just the right elbow. Okay, so that's mer person pose. You can stay there. Or get your scarf and loop it around your right foot. Here's king pigeon pose. Hold on to the scarf and move your hand towards your shoulder. If you're more flexible, your hand is going to be right near your foot. If you're like me, your hand is going to be away from the foot, but make sure your hand can touch the shoulder and then spin the elbow straight up. Keep your elbow near your face, touching your face. Hold on to your left elbow with your right hand, crawl your hand down, and hold on to the strap with both hands. Scoop the tailbone under carefully, pull your abdominals in, lift the chest up, and take 5 breaths. Look straight ahead or close the eyes. Try to go to the point where you can hold the pose in stillness rather than just touching on it and then flinging out. So find a variation that's not too intense, but where you can start to relax and let it get more intense gradually. So if you have hold of the strap, cut yourself that slack, let go of the back foot, plank. Push the floor away, refirm your body. Those of you that love the vinyasa, go for it. Otherwise, skip the vinyasa, downward dog pose. Notice the difference in the breath after that stretch. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, bend the knee, roll open the hip. Flipping the dog, landing your right toes behind you on the ball of the right, left toes behind you on the ball of the left foot, and your right leg is straight. Push your pelvis up, lift the chest. If you want to do the back bend, you walk your feet closer to your hand, and then usually you can reach over, right, and touch the floor. 3 breaths. There's so many variations of this pose. 2 more breaths. Okay, and then carefully, 3-limb dog. Inhale, left leg up, and exhale, half pigeon on the left. Or figure 4, stretch on your back. You can lower down and rest. So the practice of yoga asana, the poses, is designed to help you focus your mind inside of your body. And so these poses very naturally will call your awareness into you. Like, wow, my hip is really, the muscle is burning with a stretch. And, you know, sometimes actually when you get more advanced, the practice is harder because the poses don't call to you as much. So then you have to use your mental discipline to stay in the moment, to stay present. That's why they say beginner's mind, right, is the ideal mind. Okay, bend your back knee, and then some of you, if this feels tight, stay here. This is a good stretch. And it's a little bit of strength, right? The arm's getting stronger, fingers getting stronger, hamstrings probably getting stronger. Those of you that are curious about catching hold of the back foot, go for it. And then, right, you can move your heel to your seat, relax the hips down. Elbow, foot goes into the elbow. You're like waving the hand. Keep seeing the pelvis down. Reach up with the left arm. Shake hands. And then the temptation is for the armpit to open and the elbow to go out to the side. Hug your elbow in. Keep lifting the chest. You can stay here. This is a good pose. Merperson pose. Or get your scarf, your strap, loop it around your foot. Hand goes towards your shoulder. Elbow goes straight up. Reach up. Keep your elbows in. Keep the pelvis level. And find a variation where you can take 5 breaths and become absolutely still. Only your breath is moving. If you have hold of the foot, give yourself that little bit of slack. Ditch the strap. Push into your hands. Come into plank pose. Hold the plank for 5. Belly in. 4. Breathing. 3. For 2. Take 1 more breath. Okay. Soften the knees down to the floor. Sit back at your heels. This might get a little confusing. I'll try not to confuse you. Shift your hips to the left. So your left knee is bent underneath you. Take your right leg and cross it up and over the left leg. Then lift your butt so your pelvis can be level on the floor. Some of you are like this right now, right? Your right butt cheek is really lifted. So you're going to extend the left leg, and that's going to help you find that rooted feeling through your hip bones. So your right knee is the one that's bent up. Take the same hand, right hand behind your back, and then hook your left elbow on the outside of your right knee. You could take the hand into Yana Mudra. You can hold onto your thigh. Some folks like to wrap the arms around the leg. Whatever gives you a good feeling twist. Inhale from the top of the head down your spine to your tailbone. And then exhale back up the spine to the top of the head. Do that 2 more times. Inhale down your spine. Exhale back up the spine. Okay, keep the legs where they are. Counter twist, just feels good. Twist to the left, deep breath in. Long exhale. Vegas show person, lean back, kick out the legs, and switch them. So your left knee is on top, right leg is underneath you. Lift the hips up, so you got your 2 hips on the floor. Make sure your left foot is planted, right toes could be pointed. Same, the bent knee is your left knee, left hand, same hand goes behind the back. Hold on to your left leg with your right hand and then look behind you. Half wrap, full bind, any variation. Inhale from the top of the head, down your spine to your tailbone. Exhale, back up the tailbone, up the spine to the top of the head. 3 more breaths, just like that. Come back into the center, counter twist, keep the legs where they are, and turn the spine to the right. Deep inhale, long exhale. Okay, back into the center and extend your legs out in front of you. Walk your hips back, right and left. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, stretch forward. Paschimottanasana, front-legged, it's intense West stretching pose, but it's a seated forward fold. And if your back hurts, bend your knees and keep the spine long. If your back feels okay, then you can be rounded over the legs. To help yourself cool down, close your eyes and look at the space in between your eyebrows. Lift yourself up. Separate your legs into a straddle. If you have trouble, bend your knees and really tip the pelvis forward. If it feels okay, flex your feet and start to stretch forward between your legs. If this is very easy, catch the outer edges of your feet and bring your chin and chest to the floor. Stretching your inner groin and your back. 5 breaths. Slowly come up, bring your right hand on the inside of the right leg, lift your left arm up, side stretch. Keep rolling the chest open. Windmill up, left hand to the inside of the leg, right arm up over the head. Not here too long. If it's okay with the body, anchor both sitting bones, brighten the chest. Come on up. Use your hands under the knees to bring them in. Soles of the feet touch. Knees butterfly open. You can stay upright in this pose, or you can gently pull yourself forward. Some folks like how it feels to extend the arms and relax the head. Butterfly pose. 5 breaths. If you don't feel contented right now, go really deep into your breath. Find the sense of contentment in the present moment, simply breathing. If you do feel contented right now, then you did something right. Hug your knees in, scoot your hips up, make sure you got enough mat behind you, reach forward, and then roll down with your ab strength. Okay, one more pose before Shavasana. Hug your right knee into your right armpit, interlace hands underneath your right leg and start to squeeze it towards straight. You can stay here, here, or catch hold of your ankle in both hands, bring your face to your leg, leg to the face. Keep pressing your left thigh down, getting in a stretch. 3 breaths. down and take your right leg either straight or knee bent across your body to the left, right arm out to the right. Point your head in a direction that feels comforting on your neck. Bend your knee if it's not already. Hug the right knee back into your right armpit. Switch legs. Left leg long. Left knee bent up, right leg long. Little hip stretch. Hamstring stretch. Squeeze the left leg towards straight. Right? Sometimes hamstrings tight. Keep a bend in the knee, no problem. Otherwise, feels okay. Catch hold of your ankle. Move your face to your leg, leg to the face. Press your right thigh down. 3 breaths. Either keep your left leg straight or bend the knee and move your leg across your body. Ooh, spine twist. Head can go in any direction. On your exhales, sink your body into the floor. Hug your knee back into your armpit. Bring both knees into the chest. You could give yourself a happy baby. You could take another butterfly. If it was safe for your body to do a plow and stuff like that, you can. Giving your knees a little tight squeeze in the center like this, like a little seed. And then release into deep relaxation. When you're ready, Shavasana pose. Separate your feet nice and wide. Wiggle the legs a little bit. Relax your hips. If your back hurts right now, that can be normal after a vigorous yoga practice. So you can bend your knees, plant the feet on the floor, pigeon toe the feet, and rest the knees against each other. Arms can be by your sides, or you could bring the left hand to the heartbeat and the right hand to the breath on the stomach. If you haven't already, close your eyes. Relax your tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relax the muscles around your jaw. And so really the practice of yoga is this practice of finding inner peace, inner contentment. We find this inner peace by coming into the present moment, accessing this moment by feeling our body and feeling our breath. Because a lot of times our mental distress is based on what happened in our past or what we're worried about in the future. But if we can allow ourselves small moments to become fully present, we can access a deep sense of peace that will help the health of our bodies and our minds. This kind of peace is a mental choice, a refocusing of the mind. And not to say that you don't have problems, because we all have different problems, right? But giving ourselves these mini mental breaks or mental rests. And with this mental rest, then you may have more energy, more clarity to help accurately assess and deal with the issues that are in your life. So give yourself this moment to unwind. Let the tension that lives in the body gently soften. And if you don't feel like you have the power to soften the tension you feel, then imagine a white light in that area. Stay here as long as you feel that you can, as long as it feels healthy to you. And as you lay here, give yourself gratitude for taking this time to take ownership over your experience and to give yourself a moment of mental clarity and mental rest. Thank you for letting me guide you. Have a beautiful day. And when you're finished with this practice, if you have any feedback, don't be shy to leave it in the comments or contact me. Yogis, my heart goes out to you. All the blessings and prayers for your health and happiness and the health and happiness of your family.